Alpha Male 2.0 podcast. How's it going? I'm Caleb Jones. We're going to talk about dating multiple attractive women with no drama or cheating or lying, location-independent income, the freest lifestyle a man can possibly live in the modern era. Today, we're going to talk about how to keep women with you when you're dating them from the very beginning. So here's a question that I've been asked more than once. Hey, Caleb, I just start banging. This is the context of the question. I don't talk like this, but this is the context. I just started banging this chick. So it implies no one very serious. Started banging this chick 2 or 3 weeks ago, or I just started banging this chick last week. I think I like her. So how do I convert her to a relationship? This entire premise is off. I get this question a lot, variations of this question. Let me give you a frame that I've had. I've talked about this many times before. Frame that I've had since day one in my Alpha Male 2.0 existence, going all the way back to 2007. Let's see, it is the late 2000, well, it's mid 2023, right? So I have been doing this for 16 years now, okay? So the past 16 years, this is my frame with all women I meet on a first date. A first date, I have this in my head. As soon as I see her physically, and I talk to her for a few minutes, okay? So she's attractive, physically attractive, and she's not a total bitch. Now, she doesn't have to be smart. She can be a total FB. I don't care. She doesn't have to be wife material, even girlfriend material. That's fine. I said she's attractive, physically attractive to me, and she's not a bitch. She has to be smart. Okay, and if she's dumb, she's an FB. If she's okay, she's an MLTR, she's amazing. Maybe she'll be a candidate for OLTR later. But here's the thought I have in my head with 100% of all women who fall in that category on a first date. For the moment I first meet her on that first date, the first 5 minutes. I want to be having sex with this woman off and on for the rest of my life. And you go, what? Yes. My entire frame, my entire what we call EFA, early frame announcement, I talk about this in my books, is that every new woman I meet, as long as she's good looking and not a bitch, you'll know in 5 minutes if she's a bitch, total bitch, I want to be having sex with her off and on for the rest of my life. Now, I say off and on because women don't stay forever. That's not how women work. Women are biologically wired to leave men. That's what happens. It's one of the reasons long-term monogamy does not work. Women leave. Men cheat. Women leave. They are both biologically hard-coded to do this. From ancient caveman times, hundreds of thousands of years ago, she can't help it. She can fight against it, but it's hard. Just like you can fight against not cheating on your girlfriend or your wife forever, but it's hard, isn't it? Okay, you can do it. I'm not saying it's not possible. There's a small percentage of marriages that do work. It's like, what, 6%, something like that in the Western world? Anyway, talk for another time. So, I'm not going to say forever. Consistently, I'm going to say for the rest of my life, off and on. She'll come and she'll go. And by the way, that is true. I've had sex with women longer than 10 years. Many women. So I've had sex with women in the last few years. I started having sex with back in literally 2007 and 2008. Done it. The only time I stop seeing women is if I move away and never go back to their city, or if they move away and never come back, or if they get fat. Not if they gain weight. I don't mind if a skinny, attractive woman gains a little weight. That's fine. Matter of fact, sometimes it makes her ass bigger, makes her look better. But if she gets really fat, that does happen with Western, particularly American women. I can't get sexually aroused. Women don't understand. Well, that's mean. Women don't understand. Men have to get sexually aroused in order to have sex. Women do not. You have a thing called lube. So women don't need to get sexually aroused to have sex, but we do. Men have to get sexually aroused. If I'm looking at a big fat butterball, I'm not going to get hard. I won't be able to have sex. Women don't understand this. So, other than that, though, that's not that's rare. Rest of my life. I mean it. Don't care. So this means that my frame of being with this woman the rest of my life, having this woman be with me sexually for the rest of her life, off and on, begins first few minutes of the first date. It does not start after I've banged her a few times and decided I liked her. Then often it's too late. Usually, a lot of women won't even last that long. If you have a kind of a player vibe, they won't even last past 2, 3, 4 times having sex. They're gone. So that's not how this works. You need to go in from the very beginning. I talk about this in my dating books. Your EFA, your early frame announcement, is Alpha Male 2.0, which is 85% player, but 15% provider, or if you will, beta male. Right? Not 100% player. 100% players get laid, but the girls are gone after 1 or 2 times having sex. They're gone. And they go, oh, women don't stick around. They always block my number after I fuck them. Yeah, because you're 100% player. Women get nervous about having sex. Women will fuck players once or twice and they're gone. Whereas the 100% beta male, right, either doesn't get laid at all, too boring, or if he does, if he finally finds a dominant woman to run his life, he dates a dominant woman who runs his life. Okay, terrible. So the ideal breakdown of this in terms of framing is you're mostly a player, you're a cool, confident alpha male, but you've got some beta in there. So on a first date, I'll do things like I'm confident, I'm alpha, I'm now outcome independent, I'm relaxed, chill, cool, talk about sex, don't give a fuck, very confident, great, laughing, joking. But every once in a while, I'll throw in a little thing like, I love my kids. I have 2 kids, I love them, which is true. I love my kids. Very important to me. That's a little beta. And then I'll go right back to being alpha, 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 alpha. Then I'll throw out, I've had the same phone number for 30 years. It's true. That represents stability, provider, beta, right? Little beta, little bit. Then I'll go back to alpha, alpha, alpha. Then I'll go back to, I've had the same email address for 30 years, which is true. It's true. Oh, wow. I'm a stable guy. Alpha, alpha, alpha. Then I'll mention I have my own company. I won't talk about it. I love my business. I'm an IT nerd. All these IT guys. They talk about IT and Star Wars on our first date. Don't do that, you fucking nerd. No. Okay? I'll just mention it, go right back to alpha, alpha, talk about sex, right? So 85-15. What that does, it ensures that the odds are very high. I've laid the groundwork now, not only for sex reasonably quickly, but for her to stay with me in my sex life for a very long time. Irrelevant of, well, kill, what if I don't know if I like her yet? Then she's an FB, you dumb shit. In this post-red pill world in which we live, red pill's great, but it's brainwashed a lot of men to think you shouldn't have sex with any woman unless she's girlfriend quality. Fucking dumb stupid. Most of the women I've had sex with, I've had sex with a lot of women in my life, okay, since my conversion to alpha male 2.0 16 years ago, the vast majority have been FBs, and the vast majority of those FBs were not qualified for anything more than an FB, and that's okay. But I've had FBs, the same FB, off and on for years, 7, 8, 9, 10 years plus. FBs. They don't stay with me consistently. They get boyfriends and they come back, and they get boyfriends and they come back, and they move around and they come back, and they have a baby and then they come back. I've talked about this before. I have a 94% return rate. So I've talked about this before. Let me be clear about that statistic. 94% of every woman I've had sex with at least twice, when they left, came back to me to have more sex. True statistic, still true to this day. 16 years. Why? Because my EFA of 85-15, I like you. I want you to be in your life for the rest of my life, the rest of your life. You don't say this, but you're not expected to be there forever because that's not how women work. You'll be there for a while and then you'll leave. And you'll come back and you'll leave. And you'll come back and you'll leave. Okay? I start this from the very first moment of the very first date. Okay? I don't just bang chicks and then figure out what to do. That's stupid. Whatever you want. Now, here's the thing. If all you want is to get one night stands, there's a category of you who want that. That's great. And you're a young guy, or maybe you just got recently divorced, and all you want is lots of one-night stands, that's fine. Some men are in the phase of life, that's all they want. Great. Ignore everything I'm saying and just bang chicks. That's fine. I know several people in my audience who come to some of our events who've banged, 50 women, 100 women, 150 women just the last few years because they're in the time of their life right now. That's what they want, and that's fine. But if that is not you, if you want the option, at least the option of having these women last with you, you have to treat all of them this way from the very first moment of the first date. Well, what if this? What if that? Well, what if I decide I don't like her? Then you don't see her anymore. It's much easier to have a lot of women and decide you don't like some of them than bang a chick, whatever term you want to use, and then 2 weeks later decide you like her and she's already gone. Which would you rather have? I know which one I'd rather have. It's not that difficult. That's how this works. So your framing always is every woman I meet on a first date, unless she shows up and she's 400 pounds and she lied on her phone. I'm talking about, those are rare exceptions to the rule. Okay, get the exception to the rule out of your head. I know I'm going to get, well, what if this? Get the exception to the rule out of your head. Every woman you meet on a first date, she's hot or cute, and she's not a total bitch. Every one you meet, you're going to be with her off and on for the rest of your life. Now, if you have I plan on being monogamous someday. I don't know why you're following my material. Long-term monogamy does not work. That's stupid. If you want to be monogamous someday, I can't help you. I'm never going to be monogamous, and I'll be 80 and 90 years old. I won't be monogamous. So when I say rest of my life, I fucking mean it. I mean that. If some FB who I met back in 2008, which was what, 10, 12, 13 years ago, whatever that was, hits me up today, and it's happened. I get messages all the time on like Instagram, or usually it's Facebook or text or SMS or something. Hey, how's it going? Hey, happens. Okay. And I'm in town, I'm available. Usually I'm not because I live in Dubai, but I go back to the United States quite a bit. She hits me up and she's still pretty. She still looks good. Maybe she was 19 back then and now she's 30. 32, looks good. Great. I'm there. I've done it. It's fine. And I've done it many times before that. Now, to be clear, I get this question. 94% of women don't come back over and over and over and over again. 94% of women have come back at least once. And a smaller percentage have come back over and over and over again. And a smaller percentage come back over and over again for a long time. To be clear on that. So that's this works. It's an entire frame for the very first moment instead of trying to convert later. That's dumb. The only other aspect of this is you have to categorize her FB or MLTR. So you do have to figure that out pretty quick. First, second, third date, not the first date. Second, third date, you need to know, is this an FB or MLTR? What about OLTR? That comes later. A woman has to be an MLTR for at least 6 months before you make her OLTR, or else you're stupid. Okay, you're asking for problems. So it's an FB or MLTR, but even in those two cases, still, every FB I've been with, I would like to see the rest of my life. I don't care if she's an FB. It's not like, well, MLTRs want to see the rest of my life, and FBs I don't. No. Why? If she's attracted to you and she's nice to you, why? Why would you want to stop seeing her? Unless you're bored. And then if you get bored with women. All right, then you decide when it ends, not her. Wouldn't you rather be in control? I would. That's how this works. Hope this helps. Any questions on this, let me know. See you in the next podcast.